Hello and welcome to another Mario Party 7 minigame review. Last time we reviewed La Bamba. It sucked. Not like this badly, but it still kind of sucked for being skewed to the 3, as usual. Today's review, we're doing a dual minigame this time. This one being called Light Speed. So let's get to this minigame, shall we? We're going quicken today. So here's how I play this minigame. You and your opponent are both on opposite sides of a 36 square tile. Your job with your color is to just fill in as many spaces as you can. Whoever has more lights filled in at the end of the 30 seconds wins. That's it. Yeah, pretty simplistic. And it really makes this minigame feel pretty smooth in what is basically just, well, just filling in a tile board. Wait a minute. Oh, right. The teleporters. The teleporters. They are probably the worst mechanic you could possibly think from these minigames. Because, well, I will have to tell you one thing. These teleporters make the minigame unbearably rigged. Because these teleporters on their own aren't too bad until you realize you can completely break the minigame with this. Because if you have a good handling on the controls, I'm sorry, the person who is likely more experienced with this minigame is likely most certain to win. And that is just awful. Like I'm telling you, these teleporters just make it so hard to just, win if you don't know that you can just follow the others or are smart enough to learn the controls. I don't have a big handling on the controls. However, I can still follow the computers with ease. That's just saddening to think of in the first place. I'm telling you right now, I don't like to get this mad over things. Do you think this is really entertaining? As someone who's just, as someone who has had to forcefully do Mario Party 6 minigame reviews for a month and a half straight, without a single day break except for the 10th of March. Or was it the 8th? I don't remember. And yeah, just to think of that, yeah, it just takes you a toll on you when you realize a minigame of this was so close to absolute perfection, however, just completely failed in a spectacular fashion. Oh my god. I'm probably gonna shock a ton of people by what I say about this minigame, but it's my opinion. Let's get to the overall thoughts already. I am very disappointed in you, Lightspeed, because you had the potential to be such a great minigame. However, because of these pieces of teleporting cancer, you had to fall flat completely. No, so flat to the entirety I can't even bother with this minigame. Why? Is because with these teleporters, you can follow the other players. And also, I'm really not a big fan of there being just an even amount of spots, where it could have easily just been an odd number to make it more fair. However, because you can follow the other players, it just makes this obsolete. This minigame is so unfathomably rigged. How can you even consider this? If it weren't for these teleporters, it'd probably be a lot better. Well, there is a lot of handling on the controls. However, that does not excuse this minigame at all. It's just terrible. I'm giving it 1 star. I don't give a hell of what people think. This is a minigame that is heavily held back by just this concept alone. And it sickens me to the absolute core. If it weren't for the teleporting mechanic, this minigame probably would have had at least a 4 star. Yeah, this is the most held back minigame I could possibly think of. And that's it for today. Up next, we're reviewing Mad Props. See you guys then. Hopefully it's better than this abomination amongst men!